Just one of the Aussies in the NBA Finals this year, a man that's always generous with his time, Josh Green. As I look around here and see you bouncing from interview to interview, this is probably not the normal preparation for you. How are you able to soak this in so far?
Um, I mean, I think just being able to, embrace every part of, being here in the finals. It's something that, I dreamed of. In driveway in Sydney. I always pretended like I was in the NBA Finals. So, I think it's just the little things. Growing up, I watched all the finals, all the media day and stuff. Even just, Guillermo was here today, and
Yes, exactly.
I've watched him my whole life, and I'm like, man, he's asking me a question right now, so it's crazy. So just stuff like that, I think it puts everything into perspective, and it makes me a lot more grateful for being here.
For this team, though, and the run you've been on, and 17 games to get to this point in the postseason, you'd been to the conference finals before. How have you felt the momentum has built? Because we caught up in OKC, and at that point, it still felt like there was a lot to do before you got to this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think OKC was obviously, a very tough series for us, but it was, great preparation for leading forward. But I mean, I think the guys, picked up great momentum. It's something that we've had a big, emphasis on the second half of the season is being able to find that groove, and I think the guys really bought into it. The guys are really, bought into their roles, and everyone wants to win. I think that's on everyone's mind first, and there's just no selfish play.
And it starts with Luka, and I've asked you before, but I want to try and dive into this man a little bit because we see him, and I feel like if you're a fan, you should be terrified of this man. If you're an opponent, you should be terrified. He's joking with you in the locker room, though. How would you describe Luka? What don't we see from the teammate, Luka Doncic?
I mean, Luka, he's a great guy. I mean, I think, yeah, like you said on the court, he's aggressive. He's a, trash talker, whatever you say it. But in my eyes, it's just him being competitive. He's always being like that. Whether it's every day he wants to be able to join in with the pickup games, which it speaks volumes. Having a veteran and a guy to the accomplishments he's done to be able to play, pick up with younger guys every day. It's encouraging for those guys, and it helps them too. And I just think that just shows the type of guy who he is. He's very competitive, and that's what you see on the court. But he's also a great guy away from the court.
And it feels weird to call you a veteran now, but it just feels like you've been around the league for a number of years. How have you learned to play with him? What are some of the challenges? Because I know we can watch on TV and we say, well, this must be so easy. He's finding you wherever you are on the floor. But that's to be a challenge and a pressure that comes with playing with a guy at that level.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely takes time. A couple times my rookie year, it nearly took my head off on some passes. So I definitely, it's definitely a little bit of adjustment. But I think that's he's able to. The stuff that he's able to do on the court, you kind of you navigate your way around, and you see where you need to be. So, his sense of game is just it's insane. So I think that definitely helps out for both of us and getting in a rhythm.
Now you've caught your fair share of lobs throughout the season, which we love to see. Who do you like throwing you the lob more, Luka Doncic or Kyrie Irving?
You know what? I'll answer it. I actually gave Kyrie a lob myself, so I'm gonna say I prefer throwing the lob to Kyrie to dunk. Because if I throw a lob to Luka, he's gonna. I don't even know what he'll do. They'll do a layup. So I'll let Kyrie be the dunker, and Luka be the thrower. I don't know if Luka can catch a lob.
I'll leave that. How have you grown from playoff run to playoff run? You've hit a three in all bar 4 of the 17 postseason games you've played, and it feels like you are, certainly from a distance, looking very comfortable at the level.
Yeah, I mean, I think, a couple of years ago, I was able to experience the playoffs, and it wasn't to the, level I wanted to be able to enjoy it. I couldn't, I wasn't very confident in shooting in that, level, in that stage, but I used that to be able to work in the off season, and shooting has been a big emphasis for me. So now I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable, and I think I try to bring that on the court every night. I'm comfortable shooting the threes. So I think it's just growing as a player. I was young then. I mean, I'm still young, I think, but
compared to me, yes.
I mean, you just call me a veteran, so I'm like, damn. Yeah. I mean, I just think it's with more experience, more comfortable I become.
Playing on the road in the postseason, there's been a bunch of road teams that have won. You guys, being a 5 seed, haven't had home court advantage throughout. What is the challenge of playing in the road in the postseason, and particularly this building that is as loud as any?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't mind it. I think it's kind of to get your the jitters out, get you nervous. Like I don't know, Way City. Experience it. And I kind of like, go straight into battle and be ready to go, and be able to come back to your home fans. But, obviously, we were a fifth seed, so it's kind of like there's nothing we can do about it. And, we use that to our advantage, and we try to take it as just making sure we're ready to go. It's hard to play on the road in the playoffs, but it's also fun.
Your place is okay with the storms down there? I was trying to get to Dallas last week and had about 16 hours at the airport. I couldn't even get into the city.
Yeah, it's sunny 1 minute and the next minute it's storming, and so I don't know how it is. I've gotten like whatever is 10 alerts this morning that it's a severe storm, so we might be in Boston for a while.
Your head coach, I asked you about Jason Kidd last time this franchise won the title. He was a player. How have you found him growing as a coach as well, been a few seasons now, and are you able to tap into the experience he's had a player at this level?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Kidd, I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in right now without him. He was a coach who gave me a big opportunity my second year in the league, and I have a lot of respect for him. And I think he's done an amazing job of being a player, but also being a great coach. He's able to have that relationship with players to it just makes you it makes a player feel a lot more comfortable. And respect-wise, it's mutual. So he's been amazing, and everybody loves him on the team. He's a great guy, and he's also it's almost like having that older veteran leader. You got Kyrie, Luka, but then everyone always leaves out. Coach Kidd is a Hall of Famer too. He's an amazing point guard, one of the best point guards of all time.
Last one I got for you. You mentioned some of the memories of the NBA Finals. So I think for me, I think of the Pistons and the Spurs back in like 2004, 2005. That series. What do you have a first NBA Finals that you remember watching, or a series that stands out to you over the years?
I mean, it was just that age. I think I was at when I basketball is it still is everything. But that Cavs Warriors series, the rivalry going back and forth. I love that series, and I'd play it on 2K for years to come. I only play those two teams. But yeah, I'll probably say that. But there's been a lot, man. Every year watching the finals is always fun.
You said I called you a veteran, so I just want to point out this man was probably 2 years old when that Pistons Spurs series was on. So
yeah, I was about to say, that might be your series. I can't talk too much on that one.
Hey, we're so excited that you're here. We know the Boomers have caught up in LA. We're glad that you're here.
Yeah.
Good luck in Game 1.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.